Hey everyone, it's Gab. I stream on Twitch. You can find all the relevant links down below, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. Is hand keepable? I've been kind of keeping these hands. Oh, they have a Giganta. Could be drastically different decks. Could be Tron, or could be Prowess, could be Jeskai Breach. Oh, yeah, I didn't put the news command. Maybe I should leave it. Yeah, I agree. Dynamos, if you're playing a bunch of Persist, having more seems... What do you think about Goryo Free to Breach deck? There's a bunch of versions. I think these decks are pretty good. I don't know how good, though. I looked them up. Elfer? The Elfer? Oops. Alright, never mind. Alright, I'll keep, and I will play... I have to play Garden Turn on with this hand. When is the Magic Online free-to-play day? Good question. Is it coming up soon? Is there such a thing, or is it just, you mean the week where for like $25 you get all the cards? Seachrome Coast Champion of the Parish Giganta. Okay. That's definitely not on my radar. Let's play Mesa, see what happens. Stemi, you end up winning some money yesterday? All access is May 31st, June 14th, but it costs $25. So, do they play Adeline these days? I want to save my mana leak. I guess I can just bold champion and get Xander's Lounge. Seven to in the seal for top 42. Oh, I thought for some reason I thought you went day 2 of the Arena Open. Do I know how Sauce ended? No. They do play Idolane? Okay. You don't have an arena account. Maybe using Malik was good in case they have Cavern of Souls. I mean, obviously if they had it in hand, they would have played it, but maybe you could have drawn it. Oh. They do have Cavern of Souls. I didn't realize. I am gonna just bold the Mantis Rider. It deals more damage. It's not a legend, and obviously getting that mountain was bad. I mean, Talia's not doing that much right now. I don't have creativity anyways. That's good draw. Oh, good call up Gigantes and no Adeline. The new 2-mana Human Lord good enough for Modern? It's bad, right? It doesn't protect itself. I can't imagine how that card would ever be good, but people are playing Bolt on Holy Heat, and you're playing a 2/2 for 2. That's not that scary. Cost top 4. Is that good enough for anything? Creativity, I love it. Is it? Isn't Ariel's list the teamer one that I got from Ariel? Maybe they just play a lot of different creativity decks. This is kind of, obviously it's inspired by a lot of lists, but this is kind of my mix of cards that I like after playing the deck for a bit. No, I have the 1 mana leak. I've been pretty happy with mana leak. MTGO had a warning when to try to counter something like on Arena. I mean, yes, but I'm not sure if they can code that easily. It's kind of a moot point. Alright, definitely discarding mana leak. Question is, do I want to discard Archon or not? I'm not that far from mana forecasting. I think it's just a Scout Foundry for now. I only have 1 Persist in my deck. How much does that cost too? Hopefully I don't get punished. Hopefully they don't have anything in their main deck that just kills a binding. Is Lauren a human? I didn't pay attention to which card they got. Oh yeah, it was Esper Sentinel. Should IRL get the same warning? Well, actually, IRL you can probably take back. Someone, I think the way the rules work now, if someone plays a spell with Cavern and you counter it, you can just take it back. But I'm not sure. I think it applies to that scenario. Do you have to announce that your spell is uncounterable? I don't think so. Alright, 6 mana, I'm 2 off. I'm playing another Fable, right? We're putting no pressure. Oh, right. Sentinel. Alright, I'll pay so they don't draw. Has Manly felt comparable to Counterspell? My feel is that Malik has been pretty decent. Counterspell's too hard on the mana in this deck. I guess Istami, technically, you might be right, because you're probably supposed to announce, because you can tap that for colorless or for the uncounterable ability. So I don't know. I don't know how Cavern of Souls work in real life. But I'm assuming it's really hard to get screwed over. Between the fact they probably have to announce it and that the judge will probably let you take back anyways. Ah, well, we have a Pro Tour level judge in chat. So what happens? What are the different scenario? Okay, what happens if I manually cast spell when they cast? Do I get to take it back? Do I get to take my counter spell back if I want to? I don't want to keep it all. 4. Fairy doesn't seem that great. Early enough, and I guess extra land, I'll just draw more lands or some good cards. Oh, oh really? Wow. It's not one of these scenarios where, since nothing has happened, you get to take back your mistake. How is that different than other things where you make a mistake and nothing has changed and you get to take it back? I guess I get everything mixed up. If you see it by yourself before your opponent says anything, we can go back. If your opponent points it out, it's Seems hard to do it in real life before your opponent points it out. Yo, MTG Ball, thanks for the huge raids. Wherever you are, I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your viewers. Playing a little modern today. We're discussing some Cavern of Souls ruling. Wondering what happens IRL if you miss it. I'm somewhat clicking buttons at this point, not gonna lie. Maybe I should still keep focus. Game might not be quite over. Relent come back if you did not get any information, realizing from your opponent that it cannot be countered is getting information. Okay. Hey Danielle, it's easier for me to answer your question if your sentence makes sense. Are you talking about expressive iteration? Are you asking of why I'm playing the list I'm playing? 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll just chill. Keep binding mana up and kill them with Kiki Jiki. Urborg Mana Confluence. Well, that's kind of implied, right? Because if you're not writing down your a life total change. Valin Mariner, if you tap out exactly for Archon to deny the trigger. Oh, they play that card? Okay, cool. Let's see if they have something for me making a bunch of copies. Alright, so I'm not sure I had exactly lethal next turn, but good enough. Okay, humans. Wengu was playing humans this morning. Is that what I should expect? Persist is probably atrocious. I'd assume humans would just play Orvar. Modern, humans, and I think I found the list. Giganta, Champion, Esper, Noble, the new Vanguard, the new other one. Okay, Knight, and then sideboard. Just nothing? I mean, I guess Strike It Rich. Moonlight slows down Vial, but they can just decide not to put the creature in play. Hidetsugu seems incredibly mediocre. That's pretty rare to just have nothing to bring in. Maybe Boseiju? I remember that the Cavern ruling changed 2 or 3 times during PT Avison Restored. Was that the Barcelona one? I think I had a judge call and feature match about Cavern of Souls. Do you remember that? Where I don't know if I got my way or I didn't get my way or oh you were a player? Oh man, me and Patrick, we had really good team deck and me and Patrick just played some garbage control deck. I think I actually did kind of okay. It wasn't that bad, but alright, let's just try It Rich because it kind of does something. I guess artifact removal kills Sentinel. Hidetsugu. Do they even have enough 1-drops for Hidetsugu to be worth it? Does Boseiju extra lands? Removal, kind of bad removal. Does Magistrate stop battle flip? No, Magistrate does something else, right? Your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Oh, it would flip, it would stop battles, actually. Wait, what did you ask? Oh, stop battle. I thought you were asking about Fable. For some reason, I read Fable. And then I answered your question without realizing. Not at all. I suppose you try iteration in the second weekend. Oh, I had one iteration because I didn't know what to put, but I'm not sure if it's good or not. Maybe I should play more. Maybe I should play expressive iteration. I think people have been playing more cards more like Prismari Command in that spot, or Fire Ice, because they impact the board more and you don't really have the time for iteration or you don't really need it, but I've been flooding a lot with the deck, so maybe extra card advantage would be nice. Advanced iteration also makes you maybe flood because a lot of the time you just have to keep a land anyways, so I'm not sure. Do you like expressive iteration in this deck, Danielle? I wonder if Bolting Hierarchy is even right. It makes me get awkward mana. That card would be good if it was each human. That card would be really good if it was each human, including itself, obviously. You want Endo? Next turn I can bind the Vanguard. You can just get Lounge and bind the Vanguard. You play a split, Prismari and iteration, yeah. Yeah, I mean Mana Leak and Fire Ice. I think Fire Ice is pretty good. I don't know. There's a lot of cards you can play, obviously. Pretty good. And it all ran over here. $11. Could be dead next turn. I guess I should be okay. Chum blockers are nice too if I need to. They don't have hate card. They don't have. Well, they're definitely not playing Hallowed Moonlight. They could have Orvar. I'm pretty shocked to see a deck like that that just doesn't have Orvar in the sideboards. Nah, yeah, we can't beat Orvar this game. Can't beat Dismember, can't beat Orvar. Can't beat much at all. They still win if they draw Reflector Mage or Mantis. They actually had like a bunch of outs this turn. Not much of a choice here. That should be good now. Yeah, I even have Bitter Reunion to haste some Archons. This matchup seems pretty good. They'll let you have no counterplay to your combo. I mean, they can tax your spells a bit. This game was pretty close. They just needed one good top deck. You seen the win rate from Team Rhinos at NRG Series yesterday? No. Good stats. Meddling Mage would be probably better than some other cards in their deck against us, yeah. Not amazing though. 69% win rates, wow. Nice. I didn't notice. Do you have a link? Chad's not amused. 69 jokes are just, I don't get a reaction anymore. Sad. Veruga, so I think I messed up because they play Fire Ice as their cheap spells. I should have not fetched in this matchup. It was a mistake. Kind of cool that you can just make turn one mistake in this format. Alright, never punished. Never ever punished. I even draw a Wrenn just in case it did have a Fire Ice. Or you just made up the whole thing, Istemi? Really bored. I need to be scared of anything in the main deck. Do they play Solitudes? Or just an elemental deck? Probably do have Solitude. Am I supposed to make them have it here? Yes, I'd like to discard a fetch land and Persist not very good against exile effects. I could go Wrenn Binding, or I could go Wrenn minus. That spell pierce mana up. Elish Narn is a problem. Yeah, I have Teferi. You can also just creativity Elish Narn if you have enough mana. I feel like they always have Solitudes, like 100%. Let's take a look at the Karuga list. Leyline Binding, Touch, Solitudes. Pierce? I don't think Pierce is doing much for me in this matchup, is it? Yeah, I think I'm going to take it slow even though I have the 2 creativities. Be a mistake. We could also just... No. My fault if Cancer can't draw lands. Maybe you should stop keeping 1-landers. Maybe you should try relying on skill and not only luck. Good spell pierce now because of binding. Second creativity for 2. Yeah, I like that play. On Dead Gun, they can't Fire Ice. How many Solitudes? They had the 1. Told you they always have it. Alright, I discarded a Foundry. I'm gonna be a dad, maybe. Prage for hats. For those who weren't watching yesterday, I shared some personal news. Liz and I are going through the adoption process, and so far so good, but doesn't guarantee anything. Thanks, Hobrev. I did bounce that cards. Could I copy? Make a token. In copy a token around a removal spell. Either way, I'm probably in pretty good shape, right? I can attack the fairy first, but that doesn't make a difference, right? We get to choose our criteria as we ask for a kid under 1. That we didn't mind the gender, we didn't mind ethnicity, and we also asked that the kid was not with serious health issues. Sack Walker first, they have to sack something. I mean, I could, but... Alright. Orma. Plus 1 less cast for each land your opponent controlled that could produce colorless. Dispute. They might have Dispute. Maybe Orvar. If they had a counter. I don't think they play counter spells in the main deck. They're a Karuga deck. Is it? So this I'm looking at is half a year old. Oh. No, I didn't type. It's better if you tap MTG Goldfish, I guess. Months ago, Mango. Let's see. Not a fan of Veil against the fairy decks, even though they might have counterspell. It might still be okay. Boseiju for bindings, kind of whatever. I think Hallowed Moonlight is really... It's good in the binding battles. I think it kind of does come up. Check out Mango's video. Fire Ice. Oh, they have Fire Ice. Maybe I will bring in Veil. Counter Ice. You play the turn to play Teferi. You cycle in the Risen Reef. Disputes. Also, they might have Orvar. Also, I can just get rid of the Teferi. Elish Norn. Elish Norn. Rise Emerald's pretty poor against Binding and Teferi. Alright. All that being said, cut Persist. I'm gonna cut the Bitter Reunion. I think Transmog is fine. It's not super easy for them to always keep mana up in the early turns. More recent lists. I'm gonna bring in the Veil. How many bindings should I expect? 4 probably, yeah. And Fables. So I might want Boseiju is the other card I might want. I like all my other cards better than Boseiju. You 5 colors play 2 Nissa, -1 Wraith, -1 Fury. Only 2 Nissa? Don't you want to just max out on that card? Also, I'm sure everyone's list is all different. Pretty solid hands. Not the greatest against Teferi. A little bit of an awkward mana situation.
Congrats on your upcoming adoption.
Red lands there. Thanks, buds. Hopefully upcoming adoption, but the resub. I need to get blue, right? Unless you have a blue card in hand. Why did I play fetch on turn 1 actually? That was my mistake, right? It was just playing the fetch on turn 1. Just played any other land and see what happens. That's not great. Well, adoption, yeah, we're trying to adopt a kid. We're trying to adopt a kid. Our little personal news yesterday. Easiest bolt of my life. Just Teferi plus, I guess. Fable a bit better against Binding. Teferi minus too. Forgot about Orvar. Maybe I should have played Fable. Kind of setting myself up to lose Orvar now. Yeah, I should have played Fable. Long and painful. Where does he live? Does your cousin live, Vadu? Why is it painful? Near Paris? Do you know how long it took them? How long ago it was? I think they got their first kit 4 years after applying, and the second 3 years after that. Yeah, I mean 4 years is I'm hoping for 4 years. I think we're pretty good candidates. Play around Orvar or not? Is they have Omnath and stuff. If I play Fable and they play an Omnath, maybe playing Fable is still okay. Like Fable. I played it last turn, probably, but then they would have just bounced. Someone was paying attention yesterday. You like Fatal Pass? I mean, things can get out of hand pretty fast. They have Omnath Fetch, which is not that hard for them to... I think that is for sure painful to wait that much. I mean, the way it works is, if they think you're fed, they give you an agreement that's good for 5 years. At the end of the 5 years, if you can reapply. And, you know... How does it work when both players have Teferi +1? Just Teferi takes over. You can't. It doesn't counter. Teferi, interesting. I mean, I can just Veil, maybe. Do I have the mana? Let's discard Spell Pierce. I guess let's discard Transmogrify. I mean, a land would have been really good. Last turn was not super scary. Well, let's see what happens when I attack for Teferi. What happens if I bind their binding, get my Teferi, bounce my binding? Not very good, right? Bind their Teferi? Not very good either, but better than nothing. Well, it taxed on mana. I guess I'll use my cards. Drawing a land here would have been so good. I could have gone Teferi plus. Oh, Prismatic Ending. Third casting? Oh, there's more. think I'm in an okay spot here, a pretty good spot actually, right? Doesn't seem like they have too much going on. Hopefully they have disputes. That'd be amazing. Black mana? Murder, Scott. That works too. I think I just bounce it now. Or I could fetch and get a chum block here. Oh no, it stops that too. Let's bounce it now. I can just creativity the Elvish Norn away. I'm gonna try to set up creativity for triple Archon, I think. Oh. Oh. That's smart. Nido's coming. I was gonna say I should have gotten Dwarven Mine. Waiting a turn is scary against doubling the creativity both, yeah, and hope their last card's not an Orvar. I can beat Orvar. Can I? Let's do it at instant. Why don't I do it at instant speed after Teferi, right? This way their Orvar doesn't get to attack. It's on creativity free. Wooded Foothills doesn't work. Should do it now, right? Not give them an extra draw step. I'll lose my Archon but not die. How do I lose my Archon? I have a million Planeswalkers. Instant speed, double block Norn. They don't get a Norvar trigger though. I think my play was probably the best play. I don't have another green source, do I? Not a big deal, obviously. Alright, GG's. Alright, I'll be right back. Can you wait? Magnus. Thought he was playing poker now. How old is Magnus? 93 is probably not too far from when he was born, right? Infant or under one, Adam. On a white. Humans. Yeah, it is a tough decision. We tried the natural way, and we tried with help of doctor, and now we're trying to adopt. Alright, same as last time. Don't pierce out, and I guess Boseiju and Strike It Rich. Maybe Hidetsugu against that version is okay. Doesn't seem that great, but I like my Pinky just here that's been hurting for past. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, it doesn't really hurt her, it's just like very, very mild discomfort. I don't want to get it worse though. No idea. Apparently I clicked on a web page and whatever. Analyst, finance, I'm not interested. I'll just play Basic Mountain.
XD.
Finally got my CC working after 6 months. You just went 6 months without a credit card. Doing that. Either way, appreciate the resub, Adam, for the support. Didn't work for subs. You know what was wrong? They did like one click they need to change on their end or something dumb. Mining Shoal. Doing just bulk Xander's launch here. Just dead on board pretty much. That's kind of impressive. His dad's perfect hand. Down to 6. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. But I mean, guess we'll see. Anyway, I'd have to play Hidetsugu. That's lethal. That's pretty sick. My hand was Bolt turn 1, Bolt turn 2, thingy. It just ran me over. I've just got Bitterine and Persist. I don't know if I need these cards really. I think I'm good. France has a proper adoption system. Yeah, it's ran by the department level, local level. It's all slow, but I think this is a keep. Who would mulligan? One in chat if you would mulligan the sands. They own that Thalia. Question mark? What does that mean? One, but you're not sure? Are the Adeline token humans? Does anyone know? Maybe that's why that card's kind of good. They are. So Fable doesn't even properly block a token. And they beat Archon? I don't know. I think they play Solitude and they also play Orvar potentially. They pitch. Play guard. Killing Teferi. And they didn't play their 1-drop, so they're repping Solitude. Well, looks like we win. Very kind of being the nuts, as always. Next step is figuring out if I can beat Orvar, which I probably can. I should draw a fetch land, Archon at instant speed. Shining Shoal. Oh, nice. We know their last card in hand. I guess I didn't have a creature. Rip. Oh, what is it right now? Giganta. Not a bad hand against Prowess, not a bad hand against Breach, not a bad hand against Tron. It's Prowess, Breach. I think I'm just going to kill it right away. Cord hand. That worked out nicely. We would have kept all in. All in on double monkey. Why leak over Remand? Because Remand's just not a good card. Overall, I mean, it's nice against Cascade spells. It's nice in a few spots, but a very good card overall. Alright, I was going to play Tarn, but now we just have the combo. Leak. I've been kind of happy with Leak. I'm not sure it's worth it, but it might just be worse than another Fire Ice. Alright, if they have another Unholy Heat, my hand kind of sucks, but still gonna go for it right away. They could see my hand. They would probably at least take a draw step, see if they draw on Holy Heat. I wasn't paying attention. What did we see? Iteration on Holy Heat, Ragavan. So we like don't know if they're breach or prowess. I asked a question and logos work platypus. Not myself, but my nephew runs marathons. My wonky heart valve makes long distance running difficult. It lost 70 pounds. If I lost any, I could probably make it back into running. D25K is a great program to get back into running. I've done it multiple times and I need a workout partner so I can actually be motivated to work out. I don't think you need a partner. You just need to get in the habits, force yourself, but it is easier. Couch to 5K is gas. That is how I started, and I run marathons now. Let's Couch to 5K did a training program. How do you feel about change the equation and Creativity? I haven't really tried that card. I don't really get it. Feels like it misses a lot of cards. I'm not sure what the hype. If you want to try to sell me on change, we still don't know what we're up against. I guess I could look up their list. Ergomeister. What they're up to. Ragdos midrange. Creativity. I mean, I could just keep the deck as is. What I have is probably good. I don't think Prowess plays Ragavan, so it's probably Breach. None of my cards are amazing against Breach, honestly. Because there's so many one-ups, because there's some cards that are good and you want 4, and then other cards that are... And I'm trying to figure out which ones I like. Running is so bad for you, though. That's news to me. Gonna have Moon. Yeah, that's why I'm just keeping the Spell Pierce. Pierce is versatile. Could counter a Teferi, could be kind of bad at their breach, I think. Doesn't sound super exciting against Surgical, good against both. Surgical's not very good against Prowess. Oh, it's just a like mid-range, it's just Guy Breach, but not combo. Okay. I take a turn off to not have awkward mana the entire game. Running is terrible for your joints. That's just not true. Might not be great for your joints. Might be worse for your joints than swimming. But obviously the benefits of running outweigh the negatives for pretty much everyone. Indy, legend. Thanks for the gifted sub. Another stream, another sub, easy clap. I mean, obviously when you run it's hurting your knees and your joints, you should probably do something else. Yeah, swimming's the best. I'm kind of bad. I was in a decent habit of swimming 2 or 3 times a week, and I stopped, and I still haven't gone back. Running is great for your joints. Running was bad for me. It's not. Yeah. Not a great swimmer. Well, we're all Michael Phelps around here. So let's see. So many options. So I'm just gonna bind. And Shredder now. Depends on the build also. I sadly found out recently that joint flexibility is genetic. The 5-mile birdwatching hide on Saturday. Back when I could run, I got chains every time. I'm probably going to the gym this summer, but maybe I should also go swim. The nearest swimming pool is free. Yeah, I have a swimming pool that's 5-minute walk from me. And I mean, it's not free, but close. Free. It's like $100 a year. A couple $100 a year. You go 2 or 3 times a week, that's like euros per swim. We got Blood Moon. Do have Fable and a Bolt. I guess I'll play Fable right away. Running in I don't know. I run on concrete and it doesn't bother me, but I also don't run very often and very long. Blood Moon, Moonlight. I didn't bring in Strike It Rich. I didn't bring in anything. Well, it doesn't really matter what I discard. Spell Pierce and like I guess. I'm gonna get a Goblin token. I probably have to bolt Ragavan, right? I do. It's not getting any better. Not at all. Just strike it rich. Let's cut. Sacrifice is a little ambitious. I don't think I want any Veils. Could do Boseiju, like it could be a Blood Moon answer, and it could also be a Breach answer. I think Turn the Earth's too bad. Hidetsugu. Hidetsugu could be good. Right there could be good. Want all the 1-mana spells. I think Bitter Reunion Persist is decent. I think Teferi is decent. Fire Ice is good. Kind of depends how much I want to hedge against Blood Moon. I could do stuff like Framing Binding. Do I really want to tap out for Hidetsugu? Prismari Command? I think Prismari Command is actually pretty good. Kill stuff, it gives you a treasure, gives you an instant speed option. I think Binding's so good against, like, I don't know, all their creatures. And it's also a Breach answer. Binding's a reason why you kind of play the 5 color. It does suck against Blood Moon. Yeah. Already got Binding is a hedge against Moon. I guess that's fine. Do I want Wear Tear? Kills Breach. Don't love having such narrow cards, but give a little respect. I like Teferi a lot. Teferi into Shredder on the play feels pretty good. It's falling off. Are you taking a mulligan? Pretty please. This is a creativity list that tries it all. It's the cost is not that high, honestly. Alright, not great, but I'll have to do. I actually have turn 2 Binding. And I want to keep Fable and Fire Ice, and then Teferi probably goes. It's close. Oh, I have 2 cards. Oh, that makes it easy. Oh, I love mulligan to 5. Makes my decision so much easier. Could shock and say go. Could strike it rich now. I think shock goes to play. You're right kind of about the Titan creativity list. Do people still play that deck? I haven't seen that deck in over a year, I want to say, and I thought it was pretty bad at the time. You like creativity and then you still lose. I was not a fan. It's like they have Spell Pierce. Maybe I'll just use Binding. I should use Fire while like using Fire is kind of worse against Blood Moon. That's Sacred Foundry though. I mean they have Teferi. Guess they don't have basic planes. Foundry. Not bad if I play Binding and then they have a Shredder. Binding doesn't work against Blood. Who does it not? Somehow does do your lands keep the type but our mountains? I'm gonna use Binding because Ice is gonna be good if I draw fetch land. I think I need to draw land like blue source next turn. Fetch land so I can go strike it rich. Then ice their lands. Maybe I don't even cast strike it rich, I just save it for discards. I guess I'll cast it. Probably close between casting it and saving it to discard to Fable. I kind of want to be able to play for a Spell Pierce if I draw a land. Could have let them resolve the Surveil at least. Wait, got rid of Iteration and Ragavan? Land. Oh. I mean, they have 2 in hand. I mean, they have another one. Or they have Blood Moon and they really want to... Or Blood Moon or another Spell Pierce. Hand's not that bad against Blood Moon. I mean, I have Fable, I have the 1 black for Persist. Do they play hard counters? Hallowed Moonlight. I guess I'm glad I got that out of the way. Teferi's just so good against all the random hate. People have like Orvar, Moonlight, all that stuff. Alright, let's get rid of land and Persist. Sorry. I want to play my mind now and give them a target. I will maybe lull them in a false sense of security. I don't want to play the Strike It Rich because then they get to loot with Shredder. Is this rainbow version the best? I'm not sure. I think it's strong though. Binding's definitely like really good. Teferi's really good. Spell Pierce. Alright, should I play around a second Hallowed Moonlight? I mean, I feel like I'm in a spot where I can just chill a bit. Because I don't really care about Blood Moon. I only care about Hallowed Moonlight, really. And I'm the one pressuring them. Might have explosives in their sideboard, though. That could be a good draw for them. Just put Giganta in your hand. 1 mana up is enough. I'm the perfect candidate. Need to be a little careful. Breach is close to lethal. Oh, jeez. All right. Probably worth it though. Definitely worth it. I could lose if they just keep 4 mana up for the rest of the game. Just kill me with Shredder. I have to go for it next turn. I think there's much else I want to counter, honestly, at this point. Like Spell Pierce on Breach is kind of good, but is one Breach lethal?
My name is Robot Lady, and this is what I say. Be sure to watch your yellow hat every night and every day. On board. Oh man, let that one slip away. I wonder if they had another Hallowed Moonlight. Could have won, probably. They needed to have, like... It's kind of random that they had Wear Tear and a Breach. Like, they needed to have something I really wanted to counter and have a Breach. I don't know, maybe I threw. Maybe they had Moonlight. I guess I could have Creativity Dare Creature too. I didn't think about that, so it's like kind of a hedge. Yeah, that was bad. I didn't think about that line. Because let's see, how much mana did I have? At 5, didn't have that land. I could have gone 6 mana, target 2 treasures. But then that line's not good against Spell Pierce or Dispute. No, Dispute's fine. Yeah. How many? Is that 5 out of 5 Giganta? I don't know, it was the mono white. I think it's 4 out of 5 Giganta decks. Wild. Just going down the line of playable companions. I'd expect Wild Mikado. Bad for me. It is a yikes. Sacred Foundry. This is 2023. Savai Triumph. So much damage from my lands. Alright, a tiny less damage, I guess. Maybe that Wrenn will distract him. Tiny Wrenn, you should attack it. You should use a Tribal Flames on it right away. Binding on it, not that bad. Why don't people play Thoughtseize? The blue cards are good. It's a little tougher on the mana, and it's pretty bad against Veil of Summer. But yeah, maybe Thoughtseize is underrated. I mean, Spell Pierce makes them use the mana. Like, when you counter a spell with Spell Pierce, they invested the mana. But yes, that last match, I wish my Spell Pierce was a Thoughtseize. Can I do anything? Not really. Cube is being voted on this week for CubeCon. Will you vote for it, Gab? How does the vote work? I mean, yeah, if you need a click, sure. Not very ethical. Better Paul. What a great way to decide. Alright, the good old one-outer. Maybe, if they don't have something. They have binding, might have counters. I play Sign of Draco. Let's keep in one spell pierce, do one strike it rich, do one Boseiju. Could do Wear Tear. Probably do a Veil. Might have Stubborn Denial, and they might have Orvar. Foothills. What do you think? Are they gonna have Blood Moon? 5-color Blood Moon. Screw me over. I did that because I was like, well, I don't mind if they use Stubborn Denial on my Lightning Bolt, but maybe that was wrong. Magnumbo. Between Magnus and Columbo. You're a big fan of Columbo. I did not want to see that. Let's say go one time. A little sketch. Into Bolt and Stubborn Denial, but then I have it again next turn. Yeah, I'll just go for it now. My name is Magnus, but I'm not as good at chess as other Magnus. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of welcome, Valemano, Valemano. Not sure how to say that exactly, but welcome to the sewer. Appreciate your support. That was not successful. At all. Say go and try to hit binding, I guess.